Hey, Walt and Mike here at Mount Laurel Resort for,
And spa.
and spa for our official Cigarfest coverage, and this is kind of just a little diary entry. We arrived quite a bit early. In fact, the room wasn't ready, and they gave us a little bit of lip for getting here at like 11:30, and we were supposed to check in at 4, but. They were nice enough to take a look at the rooms and get us into a room that was ready to go. So we grabbed lunch, and here we are, about to smoke some cigars and just kind of talk a little bit about Cigarfest in general. So take it away, Mike.
Oh, throw me under the bus. Oh. Yeah, this will be my second year up here, and this year it's different. Now we came up a day earlier this year, and tonight we're going to hit the Studio Tobacco event, which is actually at Atlantic Cigar.
The Stroudsburg location, not the New York location.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, definitely. But it'll be my first time there. I've never been there. And it'll be interesting to see. I've never. Have you ever been to a Studio Tobacco event yet? I've never seen any.
Just when Sam Lucia was part of it, and then it
Right.
was Studio Tobacco then. But it's been my only experience. Usually, there's music, drinks. It's usually a good time. So it should be an up-paced event or an upbeat, high-paced event. It should be a good time.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing all the people. Seems like there's a bunch more people on Twitter and the forums, and just on Stogie Review on the main site that seem to be coming up this year. And hopefully we'll get to talk a little bit with some of them and maybe smoke a cigar or two. I'm hoping. And I said this last year, and I hate to keep drumming on it, but I really hope the ventilation has improved. That's the only thing I really, really hope. But there's not much we can do about that. What do you do?
And this is my 4th year here. The first year I was helping Sam Lucia with the nub booth, and I really didn't get a chance to do much walking around. We were handing out so much product that it was really hard to step away from the booth. Then the year after that, I was here with Jerry and Dennis Camacho, and that was a good time. Very crowded, but it was a good time. Last year, here with Mike, and again, same thing, very crowded, very smoky, but good time in all. And, here we are again this year. And, I think we had this room last year, because I remember the smoke detector kind of sticking out of the ceiling like that.
Yeah, it really does.
and either it's a trend in the hotel, or we were here last year, because I remember they have mounted smoke detectors in all the rooms. And last year the smoke detector was sticking out of the box a little bit. Same thing is happening in this room. So I think we may have been in this room last year.
It's kind of tilted.
It's all the rooms are kind of cookie cutter, they're all the same, but that's making me think that we've been in this room before.
Either that or all the smoke detectors are really freaky looking in the ceilings. But we were upgraded this year. Walt noticed it first. We have a DVD player rather than a VCR player. We have been upgraded. They know who we are. Had to steal Jerry's line. Uh-oh.
I was just looking at the brand. I mean, they didn't upgrade us too much. I've never heard of GoTech. But,
Well, yeah,
whatever works.
It'll hopefully play a DVD. We might not find out anyway. So,
So what's on the agenda today is we're going to be hanging out with Jason shortly. If you remember, a little while ago I did a write-up on major cigar fail or epic cigar fail or something along those lines. Basically, I was going to see my grandmother up in this general area, and I walked out of the house and I left my backpacks in the living room. And I didn't realize it until I was, an hour and a half into the trip that I had walked out of the house and left all my cigars, my laptop, and all that stuff back at the house. So I texted Jason saying, hey, do you know of any cigar shops in the area, just so I can find something, anything, because as of right now I have nothing. And Jason helped me out quite a bit. He hand delivered a whole bunch of cigars to a nearby Wawa. We met up for a few minutes in the parking lot, and really appreciated that. And we're here to hang out with Jason again. We hung out with him last year, and it was a blast. And I'm really looking forward to sitting down at his house and just relaxing, having a cigar, and a good time. After that, as Mike said, we're going to head over to Atlantic Cigar for the Studio Tobacco event in Stroudsburg. After that, we'll come here and sleep, probably smoke a couple more cigars. And
Not while we're sleeping.
multitask.
Yeah. Maybe we will. Hey.
And,
have some Zaya.
And then the rest of the weekend is kind of up in the air. We have some plans tomorrow afternoon, but they may have kind of fell through. So I may try to find some stuff going on to fill the time. If not, we've got a Man of War event to attend tomorrow night, which is sort of like the pre-fest. And then Saturday is, the major blowout Cigarfest. And we hope to bring you a lot of coverage this year, like we had last year. I think we did a couple of write-ups and a couple of video posts. But this year we have an event sponsor, which is fantastic. With the rising server costs and things like that, it makes it tough to do these kind of events. And with Prometheus stepping up and providing sponsorship of the event, it's awesome. So we're going to be talking a little bit about Prometheus products. The lighter I was using was Prometheus. Mike's got a Senseo retro lighter. Mm-hmm. And we're going to smoke some Prometheus cigars. We have some Senseo, some Angelenos, and I brought along a pair of God of Fire. Maybe Mike and I will give those a try. I'm not going to be doing any reviews because, again, Prometheus is sponsoring the Cigarfest coverage, so we don't want any reviews being tainted. Not that I think we would, but just to sort of ease your mind. We're just going to kind of smoke the cigars and maybe talk about it a little bit, but full-blown review can wait until later, until we get plenty of samples in us, because personally I've never had the Senseo. I have had the Angelenos, one or two of them, and I can't ever remember. Actually, I think I did have one God of Fire, so we're still pretty green in that respect.
I haven't had any of them. None whatsoever. I've never had it. And like I told Walt, the first thing I noticed about the lighter. Now, we don't have the cigars right now just because of the fact we just got in here, shoved some food down our stomach, and we wanted to get this in before we left again, basically. Until we head out. But the neatest thing about the lighter, I think, is it actually has the Zippo style roll with the flint. And it's like most of the lighters nowadays don't use that anymore. I just thought that was neat. Maybe I'm crazy and stupid and weird, but I did. I thought that was really, really cool.
And for more information on that lighter, I did a Prometheus retro lighter review. You can check that out and see what I had to say about the lighter. Basically, I said it had a super high cool factor, and I love the lighter just for its cool factor. It works pretty good too. So I guess we're going to close it out because I don't want this video getting too long.
Yeah. And
this is really supposed to be just sort of a diary entry where we're just kind of checking in. I brought my little flip cam to do that, but it was a monsoon, and I wasn't about to dig through my bags and get the camera ready for the car ride up here. It was torrential downpours, and so we skipped the whole diary entry kind of a thing in the car where I was just going to kind of talk and show Mike driving along and show you the road, but
which you couldn't see very much because of the monsoon coming down.
Actually, the weather is not bad here.
No.
Once we got on the other side of the mountain range, it cleared up a little bit, and it looks like the weather's going to be pretty decent all weekend, and the temperature's in the 60s, so it should be relatively comfortable.
Yeah, it seems like it's going to be nice up there. I was surprised. We really had. When I coming up to Walt's house, it was just torrential downpours, and then when I got right to Walt's house, it did it again, and it rained out. By the time Walt got from his house, we threw stuff in the back of the car, and he got in. We were just both soaked. It was monsoon weather.
Yes, it was. I looked out the window about 10 minutes later, or 10 minutes earlier, and it wasn't too bad. The rain was coming down, but I have a lot of trees coming down my walkway, so you don't really get wet walking through the trees down the pathway. So I wasn't really worried about it. And Mike sends me a text, says, "Hey, it's raining pretty bad. Do you want to wait?" I'm not going to melt. I'll be fine.
He almost melted.
I walk out. Wow. I got monster puddles forming in my yard. The rain is just coming down in buckets. And, we're just soaked. So
Yeah, it makes it adventurous, though. It makes the trip noteworthy, let's say.
so far we got one story.
So, yeah.
Monsoon rain.
Yeah.
We survived the rain.
Yeah, we survived the monsoons.
So anything to add before we close this this video out?
Nope, just looking forward to going to Jason's and seeing how he's doing. And beautiful house. Beautiful area he lives in. I think that area is just beautiful by itself. I mean, just the woods and everything. I don't know, maybe we can get a picture. I don't know if he'll let us take a picture, like coming.
Yeah. We'll see.
Like
I'll
in
take
the woods
pictures
and
of
stuff.
his cigars, because he's got one hell of a cigar collection.
Yeah.
Amazing cigar collection. A hell of a man cave, too. But,
Yes. Very nice. Very, very nice.
Oh, man, I was going to say... Oh, yeah, the frequency of these videos, I don't know. I equate this hotel sort of like the Overlook from The Shining. It looks like the decor is from the 70s and hasn't been updated. And as Mike had mentioned, we were upgraded to a DVD player over a VCR. So obviously that would mean we don't have Wi-Fi in the room. If we do manage to get these videos up, it'll probably either be if I can find time to upload them during Cigarfest and use the resort Wi-Fi there, or if I take a walk down the hotel lobby here and try to upload something. So
Right.
the videos may be infrequent, but we'll try to get plenty of them up for you.
Yeah, it's oh, the other noteworthy thing, I got to scare the living crap out of one of the housekeepers. That made it another noteworthy trip so far. That was cool. That's it. I don't have anything else.
Basically, I sent him out for ice to put in my Zaya. I know it's sacrilege, but I like Zaya with ice. And he volunteered, so I remember seeing a cleaning lady out a couple of doors down. So I said, hey, Mike, poke your head out the door. Ask the woman if there's an ice machine in the area. And I guess he went down there to...
Well, that wasn't the one. It was actually, I didn't see anybody there, so I actually walked down to the end of the hall where the door is, and there was another one. And I went up to the door and I said, excuse me, pretty loud. And nobody said anything, so I walked in the door a little bit and was just getting ready to say, excuse me again, and she comes walking across the entryway, and she saw me, and she was just like throwing hands going up in the air. If she had anything in her hands, it would have flown all over the place. It was just great. But then we find out the ice machine is like on the third floor down or something. We had to go downstairs and so I went out to the car.
They say it's on a different floor, but this whole hotel is like one big
That's
floor.
what I was trying. Yeah,
it just goes up and down. There's no floors above you. It's really spread out on a lot of land, but it's not all even ground. So you've got one floor here, and then the next level is down here, but there's no second level above it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of tiered in the way it works.
Yeah, so they call it the third floor, but it's not actually the third floor. It's just another tier somewhere. But yeah, that was neat. That's all.
All right,
Until later.
This little video got a little bit longer than I wanted to, but that's okay. So sit tight, and you'll probably see a video at some point of us doing something silly. Something.